Hello, it's John Heaton. Today I'm going to review John Lennon's Mind Games album from 1973. But before I do that, I just want to show you something that I picked up in a record store which I discovered in Budapest today. This is a compilation, Paul McCartney and Wings compilation, 1981 dated. And as you can see, it's got the famous Mull of Kintyre cover, which I think is a great cover and much better than the Wings' greatest cover. And the back cover is the mini pic from the back cover of Back to the Egg. Again, great picture. So the artwork is, I think this, it says it's an MPL official release, but I don't know why it would be, why Wings' Greatest wasn't released in Germany, or why they would release an album just 2 or 3 years after that. But anyway, interesting track listing as well, because this has London Town, the title track. It's got Coming Up, which I know is a solo track, but Wings did perform it live. And it's got a couple of tracks from Back to the Egg. So I think this is the only Paul McCartney and Wings album which actually covers the full Wings period. So I thought that was interesting, and it only cost me £5. So Mind Games, okay, from November 1973. And this has been signed by Yoko Ono. And I know I've been requested to make videos of how I met Yoko, and I promise that is going to be either the next or the next but one video that I make, okay? So this album came out more or less the same time as Ringo's Ringo album and as Paul McCartney's and Wings' Band on the Run. And compared to those two albums, it kind of got lost in the mix a little bit, certainly chart-wise. And also the critical reaction was a little bit lukewarm. The feeling was that Lennon was treading water, and some reviews were quite negative, saying he didn't really have anything interesting to say, which I think is wrong. But anyway, it was a kind of a recovery after the sort of political controversy of the previous album, Sometime in New York City, which really did get slammed by quite a few people, and certainly lyrically was not up to the normal Lennon standard. So this was a return to the melodicism of Imagine, and the melodies on this album are very strong, maybe not quite as strong as the Imagine album, but this is underrated. This is underrated. This is the sleeve with the lyrics on it, and it's on the Apple label. So the title track is very well known. That was on the compilation Shaved Fish as well. It wasn't a huge hit, but I think it was top 20. That's a nice track. Lyrics maybe not that original by the time that song came out in 73, but the tune is nice, and the production is very pleasant as well. Which brings us to my favourite track on the whole album, which is the second track, Tight As. And actually, Lennon himself in 1980 in an interview said that he could have done this track well, 1980 style, because even on Mind Games it sounds quite au courant. Really nice guitar, really nice rocky production, great guitar solos from I think Dave Spinoza is the main guitarist on this album. The next track is a slow ballad called Asumasen I'm Sorry, Japanese for I'm Sorry. This is okay. It's a little bit long, does drag a bit, I have to say. But again, a nice solo from, I think it's Dave Spinoza playing it. It could conceivably be John, but I think it's Spinoza. It's not a bad track. It's well over 5 minutes long, so which I think it overstays its welcome. And the next track, unfortunately, doesn't get any better. One Day at a Time is a fairly weak track to begin with, and John tries to sing it in falsetto, and for my money, it doesn't really work. And then to compound that, he's got this female backing chorus doing the vocals in the background, and there's not very few Lennon tracks I don't like, but this is one of them. I'm going to say I don't like it. I don't hate it, but I don't care for it. Thankfully, side one recovers very quickly with Bring on the Lucy, Free the People, which is very simple song based around just a few chords, and it's political, but it's political with a sense of humour, and I think that was what was missing from sometime New York City. And I think Lennon's best music is also characterised by when he doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think on this track it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek. There's a serious message to it, but it's delivered a little bit more with a bit more humour, so I like it. It's then followed by a silent track called the Utopian International Anthem, which is silent, so we won't talk about that. And then side 2 starts off with Intuition, which is a nice keyboard-led song, very underrated song. I love the words, just nice, uplifting words, very positive message to this. Then followed by a ballad, Out the Blue, which is not to be confused with ELO's album of almost the same name. This could have been a great ballad, as it is. It's a very good ballad. Slightly let down by the production, again with the female backing vocalists a little bit too high in the mix. Nice words, very sincere love song to Yoko, and this album was actually recorded just before John and Yoko split up, and then John went off to Los Angeles for 18 months. So the love songs on this album a little bit poignant, because the relationship was just about to split up. Only People is an attempt at a kind of people rallying rocker, and John admitted himself this doesn't work. It was built around quite a good riff, but didn't come off as a song, unfortunately. The album gets a lot better towards the end. I Know is a sublime ballad with a melody to die for. Nice words as well. Quite philosophical, and a very underrated track. Not many people know that track at all. You Are Here, similarly lost on side 2 of Mind Games, you could say, but lovely track, not known by a great many people out there, unless they've discovered this particular album. So You Are Here, great words about East meeting West and West meeting East, and the twain shall meet, etc., etc. Very, very nice song. Meet City, nice raving rocker to end the album. Nice use of guitars in unison with Lennon and Spinoza playing well together. It's a bit of a noise, a bit cacophonous, but pretty good. You've got to play this one loud. So, as you can see, this album is hit and miss, and it didn't do brilliantly chart-wise, and his following album, Walls and Bridges, was an improvement, a continued improvement. Maybe this album struggled to match the standard of Imagine, but when it was good, it was very good. At least 50-60% of it is top-notch Lennon, and the rest of it is not disastrous. It's just not his best work. Okay, so that was Mind Games. Thank you for watching, and look out for the Meeting Yoko review coming soon. Thanks.